Hello, it's Joelle, and welcome to this 10-minute foot pain relief sequence, taking care of our wonderful feet that do so much for us. As you can see, we'll be needing a chair for today, as well as a washcloth or any smallish piece of cloth, really, and we can set that aside for now. So let's start by standing evenly on both feet, closing the eyes, and just feel the weight distribution. So you can sway a little bit forwards and back and side to side, just feeling wherever the discomfort may be. We'll be working to both strengthen and release our feet today, so I really hope you'll feel better by the end of these 10 minutes. And we can open the eyes, bend the knees, and then straighten and lift the toes. So going here at your own pace, just bending and straighten to lift the toes, warming up our feet, our calves, our Achilles. You can hold onto the chair if you'd like, or just leave your arms at your sides. And if any exercises today don't feel right, then by all means just back off a little bit. And now let's articulate through the right foot, so ball of the foot, then top of the foot, ball of the foot again, and heel. Just keep going here, just continuing to warm up, using the chair for balance or not. And then we can switch sides, so the left foot now articulating, just moving through range of motion here. And now that we're a little bit warmed up, we can stand on our right foot, holding onto the chair and close the eyes. So we're challenging our balance here. If you really want to challenge, you can bring the hand to the hip, letting go of the chair. Really make those muscles in the feet and the lower legs work hard here, just to stand on one foot. Good job. And let's change sides. So picking up the right foot now, holding onto the chair or not. Keeping the eyes closed, or if you want to, you can also sneak a little peek at the screen to see how indeed the muscles on my lower leg are really working hard here to keep me upright. Good job. And then we'll stand on the right foot again, point the left foot out, and just invert and evert the foot. This is great for the musculature of the foot and calf. And if tight calves or shins are a problem, I also have a 10-minute video on yoga for calves, so I will link that below as a great companion video to this one. Great, let's bring that foot back, switch sides, inverting and everting the right foot now, keeping it pointed. And then we can set that foot down gently, and we're going to come to sit on our chair. So once you're on your chair, we can cross the right ankle over the left knee and weave the fingers of the left hand between the right toes. So take your time, this can be a little bit awkward, but once we've got that, we're going to use the hand to actually start circling the ankle. So it's the hand that's doing all the work here. We're bringing some blood flow, some energy into the ankle and into the foot. You can change directions. Just check in here with how you feel, how your foot is feeling. Remembering, of course, to breathe, the most important thing in any of our exercises. And then we can release those fingers, bring the foot a little bit higher on the thigh, and start to massage the foot. So you know your feet better than anyone, so go to wherever it feels good. You can use the fingers or knuckles to move your way up the sole of the foot or along the sides. You can try pulling the toes apart a little bit. Sometimes we tend to be a little bit afraid of touching our own feet. I know I used to feel that way, but when you think about what a tough job they have carrying us around all day long, I've recently been trying to give mine a little bit more love and attention, and they definitely feel better as a result. One thing you can also try is to bring the foot up alongside of you to massage out through the top of the foot. That can feel really nice sometimes. can bring that foot back to the floor, shake out a little bit to see how you feel, see if your feet feel any different. And then the left ankle will come over the right knee, weave the fingers of the right hand in between the toes. And once you're there, you can use the hand to circle the ankle. So it's the foot being moved rather than moving of its own volition, which is a weird sentence, but I think you know what I mean. The other hand can just rest gently on the knee, maybe gently pressing down, and you can switch directions. I also want to thank Seashell 200, who commented on my video for neck pain, requesting a video for feet, so I hope this helps. Now bring the foot a little bit closer to you and start that massage. So again, finding what feels best for your feet, using fingers, knuckles, working your way up the sole, getting into the toes. If you have any other suggestions, I would love to hear them. You can leave me a comment below. Next week is going to be a video on lower back pain. And by the way, in case you're also looking for a similar 10-minute sequence for wrists, I will link mine down below as well. Again, you might choose to bring the foot up next to you here so you can get into the top of the foot. A little bit of a different angle here. But again, just figuring out what feels best for you and your feet today. Wonderful. And we can set that foot down, come to standing. Maybe move that chair out of the way if you need to. And then we'll just come to sit on the floor with the legs out in front of us, knees bent. We'll work on strengthening our toes a little bit. So start by lifting all the toes up and then setting them down. So lifting up, spread them as wide as possible and set them down. And just keep going here. So the more strength and mobility we have in our toes, the more likely it is that we will balance better on our feet. And then for the challenge, lift up just the big toes, set them down, and then lift up the other 4 toes. So keep going, alternating here. And if your toes don't want to move like this yet, then I would challenge you to try these exercises every day for about 10 days, and I bet you'll find it's easier. And then lift all toes up and play the piano. So set the toes down one at a time, and then pick them up one at a time. By strengthening our toes, there are better chances that our arches and heels will experience less pain. So now we can grab that washcloth and set it down, and we're just going to scrunch it with the right foot, pick it up and drop. So again, scrunching, picking it up and dropping. Really use the muscles of the feet here to pull it in. You might even feel a little bit of a cramp if you're not used to using these particular muscles. Just stay with me, you can do it. Couple more. And of course we will try the other foot now to see which one scrunches better. So getting all the toes on the left foot involved and taking the opportunity to thank your toes and your feet for working hard here today and every day. Pain won't be there forever. Everything can change, and well done to you for doing something for yourself today. And now we can move that washcloth out of the way. Pull the right foot towards the right hip, and we'll stretch out the top of the foot. So make sure all 5 toenails are touching the floor here so the foot is not turned out. And you can stay up tall, or you might lean back onto the elbows for a little something extra. There's actually a more intense version of this one on my Yoga for Calves video where both feet are stretched at the same time, but chances are this may be plenty for today. Wonderful, so let's come up. We can release that right foot, and we'll just bring the left foot in for the same stretch. So keeping it close to the hip, pressing down through the top of all 5 toes. And again, you might try sitting up tall, or you might lean back onto the elbows, maybe closing the eyes for a moment. We're almost there, you're doing great. Just one more exercise coming up. And I will also link to a playlist for lower body in case you're looking for more routines like this one. So we can come up, release that foot, and we'll roll down slowly all the way onto our backs, lifting our legs up into the air, and we're just going to kick the feet out a little bit. Just let them flop around, releasing any final bits of tension before we put any weight back onto those feet. I hope that this sequence was helpful to you and that by practicing it regularly, you'll continue to feel better. 10 minutes a day, even if that's all we've got, can really make a difference in our bodies and minds. Please leave me a comment below to let me know if it helped, and I hope you'll subscribe. I put out new videos every single Monday. So thank you for joining me today, and I'll see you soon.